Like every major relationship that I have ended, it came from a place of trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, till I was like, you know what? People bring him up or whatever, and they're like, well, you chose him. I was like, yo, y'all gotta understand. People do not walk around here with their flaws on front streets.
Yeah.
Enjoy my peace of mind. I enjoy my peace of mind. Let's find a way to attack the problem and not each other. I thought I was going to thug that out so that kingdom come until I realized that, like, oh, nah, like, I continue down this path, I might lose my life.
You know that I'm an anxious attachment,
Mhm.
and I know that I'm an anxious attachment.
And you're not going to, like, bully me or force me or anything me into.
When we have a disagreement,
Mhm.
I can't eat. I can't eat. I can't work. You know what, Bella? you did something. You
shouldn't
did
have done
something.
that.
Also,
But then this one is like, oh, I said something wrong. Oh, you too. I said something because my feelings are hurt. I'm so reactive. Boom. And he's like, oh, Charlie, you two, you're coming this hard. Let me trick on this girl. And they send them money. The next thing you know, you're blocked. But then, you don't even say hey to somebody like, oh, you're not applying pressure or something. They say some nonsense like that. I am not about to spend my hard-earned money on a possibility. I ain't got no more long distance relationship in me. Blah, 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 blah. Now look at us.
Both of us have trauma, but we're able to navigate that because of the honesty that we have between each other. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of More to Love. I'm here with my amazing, handsome co-host, Biggs Almighty. Hey.
Why are you trying to hype me up? Hype me up.
What?
Hype me up. Oh,
Do you
snap.
not think that but do you not think that women should hype up their men?
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you think that's good?
I think they should. I think they ought to. I'm just bad at receiving compliments. That's all. Don't mind me. But I like it. Don't get it twisted. I ain't say I ain't like it. I'm just, I don't know what to say or what to do after that. And okay, thank you.
No, everybody feels like that though when it comes to compliments. Even women, we're like, what do you do with a compliment? It's like, okay, thanks. Like, what do you do with it? No one really knows.
I think
I feel like men don't get enough compliments sometimes. It's
True.
always a thing where it's relied upon for the woman to give compliments. To receive compliments.
For me, you gotta be careful. If you compliment me, to me, that's an open gate, a flooded gate, flooded. I can't even talk now. Look at that. To me, that's an open invitation to flirt. It's like I feel like.
I mean, if it's your man, I'm talking about if it's your man. I'm not talking about
of course, if it's your man. If it's your man, the fuck are you doing? We don't give you giving compliments to somebody else, Della?
No.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Absolutely. I saved them for you. I write them down and I saved them.
Yeah, you better if you know what's good for you.
Today I want us to talk about attachment styles because I feel like, especially when it comes to me and you, I feel like we have very different attachment styles, but yet we're still able to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you know what your attachment style is?
I don't know what my attachment style is, but I know the only thing I'm attached to, or rather that's attached to me. It's like, no, let me not. Let me not take it there. But it's no, I don't necessarily go down the list. I know you got a list. You always got a list. What are the different attachment styles? Go down the list and let me see which one resonates with me.
We have secure attachment.
Okay.
Then we have anxious attachment, avoidant attachment, and fearful attachment. I think is the last one.
Oh Lord, you're gonna have to go in. I mean, secure attachment. Of course, everybody wants to go with the most positive, but I want to be as accurate as possible. So, what is secure attachment?
Secure attachment is someone who feels very comfortable in themselves when they're in a relationship. They don't feel they can still be an individual person and be happy in being that person while being with someone else. So they're not dependent on the other person in any type of way. They're just free solo. They're free as a couple. They're just secure in their relationship, right?
Of course.
Someone who has anxious attachment is more like they want to be in a relationship with you. They love everything about you, but they're always wondering if they've done something wrong. Like they're not completely secure. They need a little bit of assurance from the partner.
Okay.
Like, is everything okay? You have to kind of reassure them. They might be an overthinker.
Okay. And
And
then
then someone who has what's the other one? Can't remember what I said now. Not anxious.
secure, anxious. Hey,
That's it.
Charlie, my age is showing because me myself, I'm like, what's the other one? What was that? What was the
what
other
did
two?
you
I know there's
say?
4. I know you said 4.
Yeah, there's the fearful one. The
Fearful.
fearful
Okay.
attachment. Yeah, fearful attachment style is someone who almost wants love, but they're also scared to receive it. Like they want it, but they don't want it because maybe past hurts and things like that. In fact, let me get the proper breakdown because I also don't want to mislead people.
Yes, yes.
I'll give you the breakdown here.
Yeah, go ahead, give me.
So anxious attachment is when it feels like loving with one eye open, always scared that the person might leave.
Okay.
Avoidant attachment is someone who loves at a distance, close enough to care, but far enough to stay safe. Secure attachment is I can love you and still stay safe in myself.
Okay.
And then fearful attachment is someone who just freaks out. They want to be in a relationship, they want to be loved, but everything just freaks them out.
Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? I can't hear you.
What?
Oh, you're back. Now I can hear you. You said what?
Oh, okay.
What was the last one?
Yeah. A fearful person, someone with a fearful attachment style, basically freaks out at everything. Like they want to be loved, they crave those things, but it's just too much for them. Maybe like past hurts.
Freak out.
So, they might sabotage or whatever.
So, all right, my little hot take when it comes to these things, right? Just like love languages and all of these things. I feel like we all have like, certain traits. But ideally, when I think about it, I think of course, the secure model is more up my alley. But I can't think of was the other one where it's kind of like you love from a distance. Which one is that one?
Avoidant attachment.
Avoidant. Yeah, I think just a tad bit of avoidant attachment. When I get in a relationship, I like to believe it's. I go, especially with as much relationships as I've been in, I like to believe that it is equivalent exchange, right? Equivalent exchange is not robbery. That's how I always look at it. At least that's what I strive for. But I think as you get deeper and deeper into relationships, partners do see value, you know what I'm saying, in each other, or at least the value that their significant other brings. Through between conflicts and just life and things happening, they could just see like, oh, okay, my partner is good at this or great at this or like lacks at this or whatever. And I feel like when those truths start to come out is when you really see how far this love could go. You get what I'm saying? And in the process of that, you start to quote unquote see their flaws. Like every major relationship that I have ended, it came from a place of like trial and error till I was like, you know what? Like there has to be an ultimate consequence to your actions. You get what I'm saying? It's like I can't. Again, I'm not a perfect dater. I don't know. I never really knew how to date. Shit. Straight out of high school to the military, thought I met the love of my life there, and made some decisions, and I thought I was going to thug that out till that kingdom come, until I realized that like, oh nah, like I continue down this path, I might lose my life. I might either lose my life or end up in jail or something stupid. So it was just like, for me, that was enough. I was like, I'm too much of a important figure in my family, too much of an important figure for my kids, too much, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to jeopardize any of that. Like, I have a bright future. I have big dreams. The things I want to achieve, and I'm not going to allow anybody to ruin that. So that has made me, again, it changed me from being this person who's just maybe 100% secure in it versus like, bro, maybe you can come in here and do the best that you can, do to be like the ultimate human being that you want to be, or the ultimate husband, or whatever that you want to be. But then somebody might find something wrong or something threatening about you being that type of person, and might do things that is going to affect you. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right.
ultimately sabotage you. You know.
Yeah.
So that's where the anxiousness comes from, the one eye open comes from, because, bro, I don't know. You know, and as much as people want to, like, when I think about any of my past relationships, and people bring them up or whatever, and they're like, well, you chose them. I was like, yo, y'all gotta understand, people do not walk around here with their flaws on front streets.
Yeah.
With a big sign saying, hey, this is how I deal with trauma, or this is how I respond to conflict, or this is how I do this, or any of that. You know what I'm saying? Or this is, you know what I'm saying? This is how I seek for comfort, or I am chaotic. Nobody's walking around with that. These things just come up. So again, even though I believe that we all wear masks to a certain degree, I don't think that necessarily a person handling conflict is their true colors, right? But I do believe that it's who they are. It's also part of who they are. And to kind of like uncover that hidden gem is kind of like a shame to some people, so that's why they keep it hidden, or they I don't know, maybe they hold on to that because they want to, that's what protects them, they think.
Well,
so yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think that's a really good point that you make, actually, that attachment styles can change depending on what happens to you as you go through life.
Yeah.
Because for me, I feel like your natural attachment style is that you're secure.
Mm-hmm.
I would 100% agree with that, because I think you're very much okay alone.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you are securing yourself and within the relationship.
I enjoy my peace of mind. Yes.
Yeah. No, it does. It does show for you, definitely. Because I feel like even in our relationship, say like if we have a disagreement or whatever, right? You're quite happy to go and continue doing whatever you're doing, and it doesn't really seem to affect you. It doesn't control you. Do you know what I mean?
No, hell no.
Like, for me, I'm like, I panic. I'm like, oh my god, I need to know what's happening. Whereas you continue to live your life, and then you come back to it when you're ready to come back to it. You're very secure in that way.
That's a trait that, in my opinion, comes from knowing how to compartmentalize your issues, right? And a lot of my exes couldn't deal with that. They just felt like that was a form of being nonchalant. And I'm like, no, it's like there's a time and place. And my level of self-awareness lets me know, like, yo, I try my best. Like, one of the rules that I have for myself is to not make decisions when I'm in any level of heightened emotional state, right? So that means whether when I'm very angry, when I'm very sad, when I'm very happy and excited and ecstatic, or even when I'm intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to make any like life altering or any kind of like promises in those states.
Yeah.
Because me being who I am, I like to be a man of my word. So when I say "fin," then that means I have to do it. It doesn't matter how lit that I am. I'm like, oh my God, why did I?
Yeah.
So
you can attest to that. Yeah.
So that's
sure.
But so when I'm like, again, in a state of conflict, when it's like that, I'm like, we can't. There's no resolution. There's no proper resolution is gonna come out of this. Go do you.
Yeah.
You do me. Let's all let the emotions, wither. Let the flames, the sparks, kind of like wither down a little bit, and then let's come back to the table, and you know what I'm saying? Like, let's figure this thing out.
Absolutely. I think that's it.
Let's find a way to attack the problem and not each other, because a lot of the time one of the things I've been able to realize is I can spot what the problem is, right? And I don't know. It's like I don't understand I don't want to steer off topic, but it's like I don't understand why have you ever dealt with somebody and when you proudly own your strengths, they find that threatening in the sense that they're like, oh, you think you know it all, or you think you are like, oh, they think you're arrogant or something like that. And I'm like, actually, no. I know what I know, and I know that I don't know everything, but if I know something, I feel like, especially when you're dialoguing or even trying to be solution orientated in any situation, it's all about, hey, this is what I think is best. Prove me otherwise. Right?
Yeah.
Or at least come up with what do you think? And then finding that middle point that actually works for both of y'all, that is equivalently beneficial. You know, again, in a relationship, it's all about what do you call it? Like again, attacking the problem and not the person.
Yeah.
So if we address that this is the problem, how do we figure out a way so that this doesn't become a problem again in the future, or in the event that we find ourselves in this problem again, how do we solve this? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, it's like, well, nobody thinks they know it all, but clearly you're still angry about something. So let's take a break, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do the things that I love that brings me happiness. That's going to help me regulate my emotions, even though I'm very, but it's like some people hate to see you happy. Just because I am happy going to play my Call of Duty does not make me like nonchalant about the problem. It's like, hey, I'm tapping into this space because this is, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to regulate my emotions. I'm trying to balance out these chemicals in my body. You know, and I hope you can understand that, and I hope you can find something else to what do you call it? To also help you regulate yours. You know, I feel like it's not right there are some responsibilities of a significant other, i.e., and when it comes to like comforting your spouse, right? But when y'all are clashing, like if you're viewing me as the problem, then I can't try and force myself. And I think some women want that. They want you to force yourself into, oh, no. Like, it's like this chasing thing. Man, I ain't got time for that, bro. My joints, as I get older, my joints are getting stiffer. So
Yeah.
I can't be chasing you to solve your problems.
Yeah, no. I think one of the things I've realized, like in our relationship, is that you are secure attachment. For me, I am anxious attachment, right? And so sometimes I'm like, I'm open to love, right? And I love to receive it from you. But then there are times like, is everything okay? Like, because I'm also an overthinker. And
yes, you are.
I think the way that it works for us is because you know that I'm an anxious attachment, and I know that I'm an anxious attachment. So I'm aware of it. So I know sometimes when I'm just being too much. And that helps us get over certain things a lot faster.
Yep. And then it's like I don't criminalize you for it. And you don't criminalize me for pointing that out. You know, it's not like I'm on Front Street saying, oh, that's your mind playing tricks on you or anything like that. No, I'm just talking to you and I'm like, babe, promise you everything is cool.
Yeah.
Just handle your stuff. Let me handle mine. Like, we'll get back to this when, things cool off. And that does help.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the conversations that we had, even quite recently, is that like when we have a disagreement, you need time, right? So you said, okay, I need this amount of time to deal with it, and we'll talk about it afterwards. And for me, my response to that was, okay, I'm cool with that, but just let me know that we're gonna have the time to talk this through. Like, I just need to know that. Like, we're gonna move past this, but you need time to process, and I need time to process.
Absolutely.
And then when we come together, we deal with the problem.
Absolutely. I appreciate that understanding, that level of understanding from you, because it's not been like that in the past for me. I've had serious partners who feel like because the problem is now, the solution is now too. you know. And unfortunately, I don't process things like I'm not, and you're not going to like bully me or force me or anything me into that. Like I am very set in certain ways, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying that to as a form of like inability to change. I'm saying that more so like if you want the best version of me, then this is how I work. This is how I take, you know. And I think it's reasonable to give time to emotionally regulate yourself to get to a place where you can have, because difficult conversations, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever had a conversation, something very serious, like, let's say, I don't know, religion with somebody, and they go 0 to 100. They can't even just, and you're just maybe like spitting facts that they could go find for themselves, facts that they probably even know themselves, but they don't want to. People are just not prepared to have difficult conversations because they come in, they're very reactive, and they come from a place of hurt or something or fear or whatever it is, whatever drives that is very hard to know. But you got to be careful and not make that your responsibility. You know, sometimes we force so hard to try and make other people understand at least where we're, at the very minimum, where we're coming from, that eventually actually hurts us more than anything. You know, I'm a very much, I'm gonna tell you this, and you could take it or leave it. And if we are for progress, we'll come back to the drawing board and we'll figure it out. You're not going to like bully me or force me or anything me into.
No, that's a very healthy way to do conflicts, because
Like
it's going to happen. And it's really important that you understand your person, your partner, to be able to move past that. You know, for me, it took me a while. Like I had to get to understand how you deal with conflict. So you need time. You need time away. And there was a time where I was like, "Oh, let's talk about it." Like I'm not forceful, but I'm like, I'll like do the soft approach where I'll be like, let's talk about it." And you're like, "No, I need time." I'm like, "Okay." It kind of hurts because for me, when we have a disagreement, I can't eat. I can't eat. I can't work. So I'm like, "Can you get back to me, please?" So that I can move on my life. I'm gonna need you to like let me know how long this is gonna take, so like I know what to do in my life.
You know, for me, it's more like my day-to-day battles, even as a man or even as somebody who is like, I like to consider myself a bit of a lone wolf, right? Like I tend to find myself being there for a lot of people, but I like to be there for myself. Like, and I move in this sense because I have this understanding that everybody got something going on, right? Nobody's burdens are more than mine or whatever. So it's like, if I can handle it, I like to handle it. But I realize that when I put myself in that category, I have to literally handle everything for me, you know? So imagine that, like, I have been living a certain way or taking care of certain responsibilities all my life by myself, for me, for others. And let's just say, like, you are the new factor in my life. Like, I create space for you, but I have to also respect that space for you that I've curated, but I also have to respect the space that I'm able to operate in, right? So if I have 24 hours out of the day and I have 8 hours dedicated to sleep, and then maybe, I don't know, 4 hours dedicated to like myself, and then now I gotta spread an hour each for 12 people. Like, bro, I'm not about to spend 4 hours on an argument. You know, I'm not, none of that. It's like, all right, think through this, proofread and edit it in your head, you know, like really sit down, and then let's come back to the table and have this conversation.
Exactly. You know, it's really funny because the times where you have pulled back and said, "Okay, well, you know what? I need this time." It's actually given me time to sit down and replay what happens in my head. And then sometimes I cool down to the point where I'm like, "You know what, Della? you did something. You did something to also cause this. Like, Do you know what I mean? Like your initial thought when something happens is that you're in the right. But you haven't given yourself time to process and to really look at what it's like from the other person's perspective.
Yeah.
And therefore, when you have that time to cool down, you look at it more as a rounded picture rather than
And that's it.
just yourself in the middle of this.
And that's it. And that's it. And some people in the past don't understand that's what that time is for. Even though I will vocalize it, some people in the past always assume that it's just me being, I don't know, dismissive or like, you know, not prioritizing the situation or something. It's like, bro, like there's a time and space for everything. You know, unlike you, I got a 12-hour shift tomorrow. I am not about to be up. You know, this conversation or this conflict has already taken up 2 hours of my time. Where this is like, you know what I'm saying? This time was actually meant for me, and I sacrificed this time for you. And yet you want to take more? Oh nah, I can't do that. I would not do that. You know, it's this. It comes from, for me, it comes from this space of knowing that if I'm not well and standing on my 2 feet, right, then how can anybody else who benefits of, you know, it's like, make sure your cup is full so that the trickle effect, right, the overflow can get those who are around you and for you, right? So it's a bit of that mentality where it's like, no, all right, somebody has to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if you've ever been in this like endless loop of like back and forth, and it's like, we're saying the same thing, type of argument, you know? It's like, nah.
What goes nowhere.
When you have enough of that, you're like, bro, no, I'm not doing that. It's just the thought of it is so exhausted. Oh.
Yeah. But one thing I will say about you is that, and this is not really dedicated to us, this podcast, but you know, it's just easy to use us as examples, is that when you have that time out, if you see that you did something that wasn't quite right as well, you do say. And like, I really appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll come back and say, okay, yeah, like maybe I did overreact a bit. Do you know what I mean? You take that responsibility.
I don't believe. It's like, bro, there's enough problems, there's enough wahala outside of like this 4 corners of the wall, especially when you're under the same roof, right? That it's like there's no need for conflict or drama or anything here, right? What we have to do is find the quickest way between point A and point B to resolve our issues and really accept, like, all right, hey, what did I do wrong? Like, I'm very big on doing the best that I can to not, because sometimes like, let's say you can start a problem, like a conflict could start where like one person is wrong, but then the other person takes it to the next level, and it could have ideally just ended there. But then this one is like, oh, I said something wrong. Oh, you too. I said something because my feelings are hurt. I'm so reactive. Boom. And he's like, oh, Charlie, you two, you're coming this hard. Me too. I have something to say. And then before you realize, you get lost in translations. You don't even remember what the initial problem was. You know? So I'm pretty damn good. I try my best to be pretty damn good at, like, I'm going to use yesterday like an example, right? I was like deep in thoughts. I'm driving and I'm like, this road that they never do construction. All of a sudden, there's construction, there's sign. So I'm like, the thing just hit me last minute. So I couldn't think fast enough. But I was like, hey, you know, toughest man win. You got to bully your way through this traffic, which I did. But then the road that I thought was open wasn't open. It was also blocked. So I was like, oh shit. I kind of like stalled a little bit. Person behind me's pissed, absolutely pissed. And I didn't even know this. So now I'm like, oh shit, where do I go? My GPS ain't telling me nothing, none of that. I don't even know this detour. I don't know where this road is about to take me. So like, I start to follow it. This guy comes over and starts cussing out, and I'm like, everything in me wants to like, who the fuck do you think you're talking about? I'm like, I'm actually the wrong one here, and who knows what bad of a day he's going. I'm like, I'm looking at my blick. I'm looking at him. Okay, he might have a blick. Well, is this worth the shootout? Is this like
Yeah.
I'm the wrong. I'm like, my bad, man, my bad. And it's like because he was expecting probably some level of aggression too. Just me saying like, yo, my bad.
Yeah.
It was like you could tell he was just like stunned. He was like, he just left.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, you took the situation right down. Yeah.
it's like because you know that you were actually wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know you're wrong. Your egotistical sense of self shouldn't overpower the simple fact of like right or wrong. You know, because again,
Yeah.
what are we fighting? Are we fighting over the simple fact that like who Mike is not right in this situation? Mike is not right in this situation.
Yeah.
It's just about right and wrong and
Yeah.
owning to it. So I don't know. I'm the type of person who likes to take that approach even in my relationship. Is just like, yo, it's not about who's the loudest. It's not about who's this. It's just
Yeah.
about, all right, how do we want to run our cooperation, right? How do we want to run our cooperation, and
Yeah.
what rules can we set in place so that this doesn't happen again? Or
Exactly.
these?
I was saying that I think disagreements are actually really good for relationships
No, they
because it
are.
actually builds a solid foundation and it helps you to understand the other person better. It helps with your communication style between the two of you and really understanding your partner, how they think and how they feel. You know, there are certain things that through conflict I've learned about you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There are certain things that have popped up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think there was an occasion where you were sleeping and I woke you up from your sleep, right? But I tapped you and I woke you up, and then you like why you wake me up like that? And I was like, I only tapped you, but I didn't realize that there was a story behind it. Why you reacted like that? Yeah, and so after you told me that story, then I understood. Yeah, and I was like, okay. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like it makes sense.
Again, it's like even twins brought up in the same household and don't end up somehow not liking the same food. You know what I'm saying? It's like no two people are the same in this world. So now imagine you, a man, and you, a woman, coming from separate households and sometimes in certain situations, even different cultures and everything, and you are trying to bring these two worlds together. You know what I'm saying? But beyond even just the cultural and childhood aspect of things, you're also talking about life things. Bruh, you know, you were brought up with some UK principles and way of thinking, way of saying things, whatever, right? I was brought up on some US way of thinking and way of saying certain things. So it's like sometimes like petty things can come up. And once you address the problem, you realize that it wasn't even that deep. It was just a simple misunderstanding. But moving forward, this is how we know. This is what it is. This is this. It's like, oh, okay. I'm used to this. I didn't know. Okay, well, I'm not used to this. Okay, how do we move forward? Okay, hey, if you need something from me or if you want something from me, I don't know, something as simple like don't expect me to read your mind. Like, talk to me. I'm here. I got a listening ear for you all day, every day. Like, and okay, cool. If something is bothering you about me, feel free to let me know this way. You know, it's communication.
Yeah, exactly. One of the first things I remember when we got together, the first things you said to me was that, like, if there's anything you ever want to say, this is always a safe space for you. Like, you're free to say whatever it is that you want to say. And you always make me feel comfortable. So that if there's anything that ever, even if it's the slightest thing, I can always bring to you and we talk about it. It's not an attack on you or, you know, there's no attack on me. It literally is us trying to find a way through to make our relationship better. And so we talk about absolutely everything in our relationship, even things that you think, you don't need to talk about this one. We talk about it, the smallest of things. And I think we talk about all of it. Like, I don't think there's really anything that you don't know about me. Like, you know so many things about me. You know, like all the weaknesses that I have, the insecurities. You know my strengths. You know all those things about me because we talk a lot. We have difficult conversation. And that's what kind of builds the relationship, you know?
Absolutely. It's, you can't, like, bro, with the way the world is going to now, you can't build a life with no body and continue to be closed off. Like, make it make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't. That doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't compute to me at all. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
and that's how I always led my life. Is in the sense that like I. It's like this argument about like who's the prize and all of that stuff. It's like, bro, everybody's in the prize in their own right. Right. When it comes to
Yes.
dating, it ain't about that. It's like everybody has attributes. Everybody has, things that are worthy and valuable. Just double checking my time.
Yeah.
Um, but you just gotta find who seeks value in that. You can't like
Yeah.
imagine taking a piece of diamond. It could probably like one of the most valuable pieces of diamond and going into like what do you call it? A piece of like deserted island but it has inhabitants. And don't and you're like, yo, this diamond is enough to feed, is enough to get. You can sell this diamond for I don't know whatever. They don't even know they don't even have the concept of dollars. They don't have none of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
All they know is, bruh, where's the food at? Where's the
Yeah.
whatever at? Like what you bring? What we gonna do? They got the first thing they're probably gonna look. They take the diamond like, what is this? Like taste it something.
Yeah.
So you're taking this valuable piece of item and delivering it to a place that doesn't require it. They might pay like if they even had billions of dollars, they'll probably pay billions of dollars for a piece of candy before they pay because at least that they're like, oh, this has intricate tasting, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
flavors and stuff. Like what is this? Like what is this? We want this, we want to find a way to
Yeah.
but you take a piece of diamond and they don't know what to do with that. So again, if
No,
it's like find
absolutely.
say again.
Yeah, no, I'm saying absolutely. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about like I think again with me, I constantly spend a lot of time doing the best that I can to first and foremost understand myself, so that I can better
Yeah.
articulate my needs, my wants to anybody that I'm dealing with. So that's like, hey, this is who I am. No secrets
Mm-hmm.
barred, nothing hidden. This is how I deal with conflicts. This is how I deal with whatever.
Yeah.
It's like pick and choose. You like it, cool. Then we could go to the next level. You don't like it, all right, cool. Keep it moving. You
Yeah.
know, and respectfully, of course, because just because somebody doesn't see value in here doesn't make you. It's not an attack, and that's how some people
Mm.
take like rejection. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine like, hey, how you doing? Oh no, you don't meet their marks. It's okay. Keep it moving. You
Yeah.
know? I was I'm trying not to spiral and stay on topic, but I watched this reel the other day and this woman was like, I apologize to all men. Like I finally felt how rejection feels and oh my God, who wants to feel that? Like,
Yeah.
she's like, she's talking about how like, yo, she's not a bad looking girl. She's actually finds herself a decent looking girl, but like she doesn't get hit on. Like, what's the deal? So she's actually with her guy friends and she's like, oh, asking questions, kind of like, hey, I think, a group of guys just walked in. I think that guy's good looking. Like, I would like to like, you know what I'm saying? Like how, if he ain't gonna do it, if he ain't gonna make the move, let me make the move, right? And so she goes ahead and like buys him a drink. Drink arrives, he's sipping it and nothing, you know? And so she walks over and she's like, hey, introduces herself. And she's like, hey, I'm the girl who got you the drink. He's like, oh, you got me the drink? She's like, yeah. And he was like, oh. And like they locked eyes and they're just like standing there. He says nothing. And she's like, oh.
Oh.
She's like, oh. And she's like, it's still like nothing. So she's like, she just turns around and like, okay, let me get out of here. you know?
Yes.
So it's like, but it's like I was laughing. I was like, ooh, that's got to sting. But then when I went into the when I went to the comment section, oh man, the guys are going in. The guys was like, oh, that's all you got? That was it? Like, and you're crying? Like, Imagine them
Yeah.
actually taking all your advances, chopping your money and giving you a fake number. Better yet, imagine them giving you a real number and then sending you their Venmo, and you think, oh, okay, let me be nice or whatever, let me trick on this girl. And they send them money. The next thing you know, you're blocked. My friend, you didn't experience anything. So
It's
I'm like,
very
damn.
awkward and dignity.
Say
That's
what?
true, you know. I've never thought about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Oh yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
because
thought about it.
because people want to have this, like, oh God, don't get me started on this. Like, there's a lot of things that I feel like it's, and I know I'm not the only person, but like just on this social media app, of course, social media has made the world feel so small, so you feel like you know the whole world's problems.
Yeah.
But I find it very annoying how some people think, right? Because I feel like dating or at least prospecting is a mutual sport, right? That
Yeah.
you build on. That like, oh, like, hey, somebody saying hey usually should be enough. But then you go even say hey to somebody's like, oh, you're not applying pressure or something. They say some nonsense like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
nah, motherfucker, I'm just trying to see
You,
if you're interested too. Like, I just want to see there's some level of mutual
yeah.
interest. Like, if there's not a
Exactly. If there's mutual benefit for both of you, if it works.
exactly. If there's going to be mutual benefits for us, then why shouldn't there be mutual attraction? If I say hi and you say
Yeah.
hi back, now you've given me the, you know what I'm saying? But if I say hi and you just ignore, that's all. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Coming from me, that's all you're gonna get. I
Yeah.
ain't that type. Oh, somebody saying, yeah, Cash App. What is wrong with y'all? Like, y'all that
Ah.
desperate? Y'all hate? Do you?
What?
I say to men, I say, do you hate yourself that much? Be honest with me. Do you hate yourself that much? Because I don't know how much some of y'all are getting paid an hour, but I am not about to spend my hard-earned money on a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything, even like, I think time is the most valuable asset to give a person. The next is money because you spend your time making money.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm putting my money somewhere, I am expecting a return on investment. And for me,
Exactly.
it's simple as, hey, what do I consider valuable? What do I consider a good return on investment if I am taking you out to dinner? At least,
Mm.
at least good company, at least good conversation, at least a great night. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to
Yeah.
end up. It doesn't necessarily have to end with a night of like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Bound chicken, wow, wow. No, it doesn't. But I'm just saying, like, even me myself, like, bro, if I'm not I'm not doing all that if I don't know that the night is going to end up with fireworks and sparks. You're not like, bro,
Yeah.
we will have a conversation for 2 weeks, 3 months if we have to, until I realize that this thing is guaranteed. Then now you can bask in the glory of who I am. Otherwise, my friend,
Yeah. Yeah.
consider to enjoy your
Because
life.
even when we were friends,
Mm-hmm.
we went out a lot, and I feel like it was like reciprocal on both ends. I think
Mm-hmm.
we both knew that we were attracted to each other,
Yeah, yeah.
and there was some level of interest. But you did spoil me,
Yeah.
but we always had a good time, and
Yeah.
I didn't expect it
Because
of you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like, again, you got to even understand the demographics, the times, all of that good stuff, right? Like, you caught vacation mode bigs. Like, I'm on
Yeah.
vacation, and I'm the type of person, if like I was, believe it or not, I was treating you like one of the guys. You know, it's like, bro, we kicking it,
Mm.
we out here, we having a good time, bro. Like, all right, I got you here. You can take me to the
Yeah.
next one. Like, you could, entry what? Don't worry about it. Let's go. Like, we're here
Yeah.
having a good time. But imagine that you were somebody who felt entitled. Or, I would have, who do you think you are? Like, I don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
None of that stuff.
Mhm.
And you always move with a sense of like, oh, okay, I got my own too, so no, you ain't got to worry about it. I'm like, no, 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 take care of the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or at least be a vibe.
Yeah.
So that's how we
Mhm.
moved, and that was great. That was a great like establishment of friendship. That's why I was like, I remember. I don't know if you remember. I was saying in the beginning, I was like, man, I'm very worried about pursuing this because like I feel like for once I feel like I've met an exception to the rule of like men and women, and it wasn't even a true exception because at the end of the day, look at us now. But even that time, I was like, I am truly I am attracted to you, and I can tell this is an attraction. But it's like I don't want to pursue this because of all the like intricacies. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're in Ghana, I'm in the States. Like, how are we like?
Yeah.
I ain't got no more long distance relationship in me. Blah 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 blah. Now
Yeah.
look at that. Now look at us. Now look at us.
Yeah. I know. But really, I feel like we could have actually gone either path. Either path would have worked for us. Even if
Oh
we
yeah,
had said,
yeah.
okay,
No,
we're
no,
not going
no.
to be
And
in a relationship, but we're going to be
that's
best friends, it still would have worked.
I, it's not that we didn't go. I think we went both parts. I think we just built on our friendship, became, and then we got into the space of being like really good, like best friends, and we were just talking, like even the whole because I left the first time when I left Ghana was what November 1st, right? Because even
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and but I had known you for how long at that time? We hadn't consummated. I can't even say that word. Hey, Charlie, give me my English. What do you call it? My English teacher. Where's my
No, where's
English?
your English dictionary?
Nah, I need a dictionary. English teacher, please bring. Anyways, we hadn't made ourselves official, like anything official. We hadn't like
Yeah.
it wasn't until like I got here and we were still like talking like every day, like I was still in Ghana and all of this. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe this thing. And so when I came back in December, is when I was just like, yo, fuck it, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's just let's do this. And what I do like and love is the ability for me to articulate to you my fears, and you understand, you being like open-minded and understand like, oh yeah, I can see that, and
Yeah.
that is what allowed for this to manifest into what it is now.
Hmm.
you know those open
Yeah.
lines of
No, definitely.
dialogues and communication. So yeah.
Yeah. Like, I really appreciate this relationship so much because it's one that has so much honesty in it. I've never been in a relationship like this before where there's just so much upfront honesty and
Mm-hmm.
there's so much clarity that we have that it's almost like there's really nothing that anyone can come and say that would shock either of us.
Doesn't that
Because sometimes, people make comments on videos and I'm like, oh, go and tell him. Go and tell him. If you like, go and like, it's like people feel like they can blackmail you. It's
I'm
like, oh,
telling
go and
you.
tell him.
And
Like, he
that,
already knows.
you
Like, he
know
knows
you
it.
know you know I like I didn't start this journey of self-awareness and clarity and all of this, like being this person just out of like sheer, oh, divine God brought me into this world to be so self-aware. Nah, I used to watch movies just like all of us, whether it be like a majority of our influence comes from movies, but I used to watch movies, right? And I'm like, in those movies where always somebody's getting blackmailed, you're like, but this is not enough. Like, why didn't you tell like, why didn't you tell your wife? Why didn't you tell this person? Why didn't you just tell
Yeah.
her what it was? Now they have
And
something
did
unnecessary.
everything.
That guess what? Like, blackmailers are terrorists. They're terrorists, and like I tell all of them,
Yeah.
I am the United States. I do not negotiate with terrorists. Okay, I won't negotiate with you, my friend. Go and do
Yeah.
your worst. Do what you need to do to make you feel good, but you won't get the
Yeah.
peswa out of me. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's it's just like, oh, give me this, or you've made it even worse. Me, go. And matter
Yeah.
of fact, I'll tell the world that you do. This is why you're doing this. Oh, shame on you. Ah,
Exactly.
because what
Like
is the
it
point?
just.
What
Yeah.
is the point? Like, and people, that's how sick people are in this world. They feel like, just a little backtrack. This is why some men are afraid of being vulnerable, right? Because when shit goes south in a
Mm.
relationship, because their their significant other at that point in time feels like they know so much about you, they feel like, you ain't going nowhere. Like, I know your deepest, darkest secrets.
Right.
You're trapped. And they hold that like a little, they dangle that like a little carrot in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the fucking donkey, you're the ass, and this is the carrot. Like, where you think you're going? And that is the fear of a lot of men. But I feel like
Yeah.
once you you've dealt with those deep, dark, traumatic, whatever's they are, and you've really gotten help. If that's the case, then don't share it. If you haven't resolved those issues, don't share it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But once you share it, it's coming from a space of, hey, resolution. Like, do with this what you may. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not for necessarily front street, but this is reserved for those who are close enough to me to care and be considerate to know. So now that you
Yeah.
know, do with this as you may. And you'd be surprised, you'd be surprised how some
Yeah.
women choose to carry themselves with these type of information. They think it's something that's enough worth like destroying you over. It's crazy.
And that's it's such a shame because like I don't want us to go into another topic too much,
Hey, I
but it's
know.
like we just we don't appreciate our men enough sometimes when they
Oh,
deserve it. Not when they don't deserve it, when they deserve it. Do you know what I mean? Like we
it-
categorize all men under this one umbrella and we treat them all the same, and it's really unfair. And
but
so you're actually doing yourself a disservice because then you don't get the best out of a relationship that could be a good thing
I'm telling you,
because of how you are looking at things. You're not giving this man a
because
chance to
of
be
because
himself.
of how, like, being in a relationship should more than anything let a person understand that you are responsible for creating the reality that you want in your relationship. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like between being in a relationship and being a parent, you realize how much of a creator that you are. Those are instances that, again, and then, of course, the journey of self-awareness will allow, like, I feel like that's one. And then two
Yeah.
comes into like a form of partnership. That's two. And then three comes into like parenting. That's how you realize, hey, how you're able to will things in power. And so you're able to create the world that you want. And it doesn't have to be chaotic as the world that you grew up in.
Mm.
You feel me? But a lot of people don't want that responsibility. They like the comfort of the chaos that they grew up in. That's what's so familiar to them. And they don't realize
Yeah.
that they replicate it. But again, if that's what you like, find who likes that too and deal with that with them. That's my only take
Yeah.
on it. Like, I don't like I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, my way is the best. No, my way is the best for me. If I realize
Yeah.
that this is what you like, you take that
Hmm.
and take it over there.
Yeah.
There is truly plenty of fish in the ocean. So find the one that
Mhm.
is cut from your cloth.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
So I think that's my level of secure attachment. Is like, I know what I like, what works for me, what I need. I'm constantly pursuing like bigger, better goals and dreams. So
Mhm.
anything that is going to affect that, it's like my priorities are pretty in order. You feel me? And
Yeah.
those my priorities lie in my vision. And those are the things that I choose to pursue and prioritize on a constant basis. So I feel like a lot of people, for a man like me, they may fall for my vision, but they may not be able to handle the process
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Not
ugh,
an easy one.
not an easy one. But I don't want to even, because I feel like if I go deep into that one will take us into another topic. So we'll save that for another day.
I know. I know. We've done like an hour already as well.
Hey, seriously?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
chicks.
We've done an hour. I know. So we started off by talking about attachment styles. We didn't even really cover all the attachment styles, but it kind of flowed. But I prefer the podcast to flow naturally rather than trying to stick to this one subject where maybe it's not flowing as easily.
That's what I would say. I was like, yo, even though we pick a subject, it's just the stepping stone, the starting point. Like, we know that's not where we're gonna end.
Yeah.
But I like the
Yeah.
authentic flow of dialogue when we have it. So I'm good
Yeah,
with it.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I would love for us to talk on the next one a little bit more again about how to get yourself into a relationship where you're able to have good communication and how to use your trauma to an advantage in a way.
Write it down.
Because both of us have trauma. Yeah, both of us have trauma, but we're able to navigate that because of the honesty that we have between each other. And so therefore, we're able to regulate each other. We're able to see each other's triggers and things like that. And so that helps us. So I'd like us to talk a little bit more about that, perhaps in the next one. Okay, I think that is a key to opening and unlocking a lot of relationships with people.
So same time tomorrow?
Same time tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Let me put it down.
That is the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I definitely have. I'm sure Biggs has as well. Ooh. If you have anything that you would like to add to the conversation, do so in the comment section below. And I guess I will respond, seeing as not everybody does. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I think another thing that makes us work so well is because we have the same sense of humor and the same sense of shade that we throw at each other. So it's like we never take things too seriously, like especially when it's coming from us. No. Like we know the context. And it's like we just laugh. Because sometimes you say stuff, or I might say stuff and I see the comments, I'm like, you people are enemy of progress. I know. Two people could be enjoying themselves, could be enjoying their own banter, but you just have to come and spoil something.
No. It's very true, because I remember I did this vlog with you when I was in the States, and I said, oh gosh, he's forcing me to cook. I don't even want to cook. And then someone was like, so if you don't cook, what, he doesn't allow you to eat? And I always wanted to say, yeah, it's true, he doesn't want me to. But that's like my banter with you, but I'm like, other people can't take it. So they actually felt like, this is really serious, but this is just like how we do it.
I can't wait.
Everybody's relationship is different.
I can't wait till people can really see like how we live on a day-to-day. They would die laughing. Honestly, those who get our humor would die laughing. Those who don't would die in, I don't know, anguish, because they're probably going to be so worried for either you or me. Like, are they okay? Like, no, this is a toxic relationship.
I know. We have to have a videographer follow us around for a day and just capture the content, because we can't capture it ourselves.
I'm telling you, I know. It's like they just got to get the organic, because even when we capture that stuff, it's still organic. But it's like, oh, the things that we miss. Oh, the things that we miss. Oh man,
seriously.
This makes me miss the hell out of you.
On camera.
Say what?
Yeah. I said only a fraction of it is ever caught on camera.
Nah, fact.
Most of it is missed because it just happens so organically.
It just happens. Anyways.
That's how we do,
Yes, indeed.
But yeah. So, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do us a favor. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time. We are out. Dirty Papa.
You know the vibes.